let's just go ahead and get it started.
Baseline.
Hey. And episode 136.
Yeah, the real episode 136. Not bad last week, or week before last.
That's how we knew you needed a vacation.
Oh, wow. Hey, wait, that's how you feel. I'm good with it, baby. Good to be back.
Yeah, buddy. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. It's your boy, DJ E, Mr. Influential, and I'm rocking with my brother, man.
P original, baby. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Wow.
What's new, P? What's new, man?
Everything, man. I'm fresh, like I said, man. Enjoyed myself, me and the family last week. You know, wasn't here, obviously. Took a little road trip, went on down to Florida, had a great, great vacation. Probably, well overdue vacation with the family, man. So that's what's going on with me, man. I had a little bit of time. What's that? Magic Kingdom,
Disney.
Hollywood Studios.
See where the money at.
Yeah, right there. You're absolutely right. I went and seen it too. That thing is, that's where it's at.
Right.
You know what I mean? So took a little ride, and let me take that back. That wasn't a little ride. That wasn't a little ride. You know what I mean? From door to door, with limited stops, about 16 and a half hours.
Question.
Yes.
Did you do all the driving?
Yeah.
You're a great dad. You're a great dad. Let's clap it up for that. You're a great husband. Let's clap it up for that. Shit. Yeah, my family, somebody getting choked out. Tell you that now.
Whoa. Yeah, you think so?
Oh man, somebody getting choked out. But that's love. That's how we love. You know what I mean? That's...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So other than that, man, we had a good time. I think it's more difficult when they were younger.
Right.
I think the anticipation of getting there is something that you got to kind of deal with. But more importantly, I think it is, and this is just for me in my experience, man. When I leave, definitely plays a factor. I'm talking about when getting on the road.
Right.
And factor into it. I left going. My original plan was to leave at 8:00 in the evening, which I've never done. I always leave really early in the morning.
Right.
But I left at 1:45 in the afternoon because about 1:00 I said, Peach, I'm just ready to go.
That's when the blow wore off. That's it. That's
Yeah.
when the blow wore off.
It was a major bust while I was gone. And I was going to wait and save it and bring it up a little bit later.
Hold on, though. I just want you to understand.
Right.
When I said that you're a great dad for taking that ride and a great husband and all that, I meant that, man, which leads us to this episode, which is 136 recognition. Going to give you a little recognition on that.
I appreciate that, my brother.
You know what I mean? And that's just what I want.
You're a gentleman and a scholar. I thank you.
Oh, thank you. He gave me back my recognition. Episode 136. I'll make sure I'm show you all again. Because it's the real 136. Because, last week.
It wasn't because of anything, mind altering. It was just a simple misunderstanding.
Still up for debate. Still up for debate on that shit.
Peace, what's up, guys? What up, Reese? What's going on?
Cuz, what's up with you, cuz?
Much love right back at you, baby. Yeah, man. Yeah. But like I said, great time. Left around about 1:45. Got there a little bit early, which was cool because I got a chance to stop by and go see Aunt Joni, which was great to be able to get by here. Beautiful home. Thanks a lot, Auntie, for the hospitality, that brief moment that we was there. And then, the vacation began. And coming back home, though, I got back to my regular, man. I was on the road by about 4:45 in the morning and was back at my house about 9:15.
Yeah. So, yeah. I called and checked on you. I said, I think he's supposed to come back today.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. And that's what you do, people. You check on your family. You sit there and don't act like you don't want to. Listen.
Right.
Don't be trying to give a person recognition later because something happened and you ain't check on them.
That's a
Give it
very
to
good
them every
point.
day.
Nah, solid point. I can't even argue that at all. Yeah.
Right.
So with that being said, though, brother, how was your weekend, man? I know you just came from a big event, major
Mm-hmm.
event. On behalf of hip hop, celebrating 50 years.
Right.
You and along with all the other, very well, very well known DJs from our community and just in general, man, just great DJs and great musicians. How was your time there, man? How was the event?
Beautiful. Beautiful. Cowwood Park looked like the old Cowwood Park. You know what I
Nice.
mean? It was a beautiful day. Everybody show everybody love. Everybody came out did their part. You know what I mean? I had a good
Hmm.
time. You know. I even had a cigar Sunday. I ain't have a cigar on a Sunday in a while. You know what I mean? Had me a little
Okay.
cigar. You know. But
Significance for Sundays and cigars? Why you don't? Is that a day
nah,
specifically?
I'm just nah. I mean, we all
Just
know
hadn't had
this.
one in a while.
Yeah, I just hadn't had one. Got
Got you.
one because it was just hey man, it was something I wanted to do that day. That's all. But it was a beautiful weekend. 50 years of hip hop celebrated right here in Trenton. All shout out to all the DJs that was a part of it. The list will go
Absolutely.
on. Just name them. So we just gonna go ahead, clap it up for them.
Give me their
You know what I mean?
recognition, baby.
Yeah.
Give me their recognition.
Anybody that's from our city and see it, a lot of DJs put up their certificate. Just let them know that they're being honored for that. So, you know, that's a real thing. That was 50 years of hip hop right here in Trenton. Also, if you didn't know, Pete, on actual hip hop's actual birthday is August the 11th,
Okay.
1973. Right,
Did not know that.
August the 11th. So
Wow.
on August the 11th at Yankee Stadium, it was an 8 hour 50 years of hip hop. I think was a stream on YouTube that goes for 8 hours, and it
Okay.
was live performances. They performed on even Derek Jeter walked out on the stage.
Okay.
It's on
Okay.
YouTube,
Okay.
man. So check it out when you get it. But it was a way of giving hip hop its recognition and its just due, of this culture. See, everybody just looks at it as music, but it's a culture. You understand what I'm saying? It's a
No doubt.
culture. I was out
No
there,
question.
I said, listen, we grew up all our life, loving East Coast rappers because we from the East Coast. You know what I
Right.
mean? But just loving hip hop here, but I'm here for the culture. So I decided to walk in and make sure I had on something from the West Coast, the left coast. Yeah. My t-shirt had Ice Cube chilling right there, leaning right there on the old school joint, just Cube. That's who I was rocking that day. You feel what I'm saying?
I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
That's good,
I know
man.
everybody probably expect me to come in with the Illmatic on my chest, but it was Cube. Yep. That's who.
I mean, it's a great thing that you recognize. Like I said, you can't go wrong with that. With 50 years of hip hop,
Right.
you know what I mean. It's come a lot of, it's come a long way, man. And it's just great to see how many of the DJs that were there who are still not only, known for DJing, but are still actively DJing.
Right.
A lot of times, how we look up certain things that give recognition to athletes and different actors and different other forms of entertainment. And a lot of the times, they're not recognized until they're pretty much no longer involved in it
Right.
or very much at the very tail end of anything. You know what I mean? And it's nice to be able to see how many people are still, working on their craft and still doing what they do. So it's a great thing, man. So once again, shout out to all the DJs and everybody who had a part in recognizing the DJs and their skills and all of the entertainment that was there. Just a great thing, man. It's a great
Right.
thing, and I think the city needed it
Right.
personally.
Yeah, we did.
So other than that, man, what else you had going on?
Chilling, loving life, rocking, beat bopping. Nah, I'm just messing around, playing around with that. Nah, just chilling, bro. All I did was DJ, bro, all weekend.
That's a good thing. That's a good
Yeah.
thing. Wow.
Why your face like that? What's wrong?
I just realized I just came across something I wasn't aware of, man.
Okay, then bring it to her, cause I seen your face. I know everybody watching seeing your face. Let's see what is going, what you working with.
Well, speaking of hip hop, and this is unfortunate. I just read this. Rapper Magoo died.
Oh yeah, I did know about. Yeah, listen,
Rapper
rest in
Magoo
peace
died. Rest
to
in peace,
Magoo.
Magoo.
Yeah,
50 years old, man. 50
yeah.
years old.
So
We
he
celebrate 50 years of hip hop.
50 years of hip hop. That's what I'm saying. He was part of the culture his whole life. He was born into it.
That's crazy, man. Wasn't aware of that, so you know,
Yeah, yeah. I meant to
definitely
tell you
wanted to
that.
recognize that. So it's been a lot going on, and we're trying to, stay as positive about these things as well. But that's why we have to recognize them. That's why we have to celebrate these things more often. You know what I mean?
I
Because of the
seen
fact that you lose people.
now. Listen, shout out to him, respect to him. He did a lot more than a lot of people ain't do. But I seen a meme the other day. That was already the internet remains undefeated.
Okay, what's going on there? What happened?
They said rest in peace to Virginia rapper Magoo. But DJs don't you fail by trying to do a best of set of Magoo in the club, man. I'm like, come on, man. You can't. Why is that even a
So,
thought?
so I was listening to Drink Champs,
Right,
and they had Earthquake on there,
right,
and Earthquake. I mean, I think Nori asked, "Is there anything as any such thing as too soon?"
right,
And he said no.
right. Hmm.
And I think in life, I think what it is when it comes to like humor, I think that people who understand that life is real, they see where it's going when people make certain kind of humorous statements, right?
Right.
Because in a sense, they're still acknowledging, giving him recognition for being a rapper, and being who he was. He was just saying, just be careful.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like it's. Let's be completely honest. I mean, compared to who? Compared to certain people, their list of or their, what they call it, bruh. Their
Top.
now when they got a whole lot of their catalog. Their catalog is like extensive. You know
Right.
what I mean? Certain people, and then you got other people that they had a period in time where they did a little bit of things, and then they weren't as involved. So I get it. I don't think people really so much laughing at his passing, but I thought that was an interesting question that Nori asked him. You know what I mean? Is there such thing as too soon?
Right.
So there's a lot going on, man. There's a lot going on. But like I said, once again, shout out to his family. Was not aware of that. Literally just kind of came across that. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought you knew. I thought you knew.
no, no. So the things that I catch, and it's so funny now. The things that I catch when it comes to, especially the music entertainment world, be things that I get secondhand from like, you know, my kids and other people. Like, oh, Rihanna had her other baby. Like, oh,
She
okay.
did?
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Had a daughter.
I ain't know that. I ain't know that.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I get bits and pieces. It's not that I'm not as interested
But
into these things anymore, but
but it makes sense.
I didn't
She was
know.
she was performing. She was
Right?
performing at the Super Bowl pregnant. We're in August now.
Come
She was
on,
showing.
come on, man.
Yeah, so it makes all the sense in the world. We just out of sight, out of mind.
Come on,
You know what I mean?
come on, come on. I missed y'all last week, man.
You did?
Yeah, of course I did. You don't do something as long as we've been doing this, my brother, and you don't miss the whole everything that goes into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. A lot going on in the industry, man. What's up with Tory Lanez, eh?
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years, man. We got
Do you
10
think
years,
do
man.
you think that was too much?
So, all right, what's the appropriate amount of time for shooting somebody in the foot?
Would you say what's the
Appropriate time for allegedly, I guess, I can't say. It's shooting someone in the foot.
snap, man?
All right. So, you know what I mean? Like,
Unless they just try to break in your house and you ain't want to kill them, you hit them in the
right.
foot.
Different circumstance then. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Very different.
But
Me and Bar,
shooting a woman and not just the fact that she a woman, but you arguing with somebody, you literally shoot him in the foot. What you trying
yeah,
to prove?
that's kind of different, man. So he got, he disappointed. He talking about he disappointed by the 10 years. I mean, I guess you are. You know what I mean? I guess you are. Because what he really wanted to get, from what I understand, is he would rather have gotten deported.
Yeah,
Shipped up out of here back the way he was. Where he from Canada?
yeah. You believe he's from Canada as
So
well,
I think that
right?
that was one
Free.
thing that was on there. What's that,
You
Brad?
you right, Free. Nah, I said you right. He said we've made disrespect comfortable. I wasn't a fan of his talking about Magoo, but you respect his death and be respectful. We often co-sign until it's our family. Also, we have to take better care of ourselves. A lot of these entertainers do look rough. They look rough. They looking rough.
Yeah, yeah. I think, like I said, there is a certain level of, and you're absolutely right, Free. There is a certain level of
Respect.
respect that just never gets crossed. You know what I mean? Regardless of any and all other things, man. You got, everybody got family. I don't care who you are. You don't get here without somebody being related to you.
Right.
Everybody got family, man. You know what I
Right.
mean? Everybody got friends, they got loved ones. And I don't know. I don't know sometimes about how people look at it and try to, oh man, you can't look at life and death as such a a serious thing. I don't agree with that. But
Oh no, it's always a serious thing because somebody lost somebody.
yeah, but
Somebody lost somebody, bro.
somebody lost. Yeah, that's exactly. So I mean, that's just my thing on that. But nah, man, you know, speaking on the situations with Tory Lanez and all that kind of stuff, there's so many things that happen in hip hop, man, and so many things that just transpire. And because it's so built on our culture, when you see things like what just transpired over Sunday, man, you're so happy for it because it gets such a bad part, no pun intended, a bad rap. You know what I'm saying? It gets so much of a bad rap. So it's just like when you get an opportunity to be able to celebrate something, you know what I mean? Like E Nice and Smooth. Nice and Smooth was there, E?
Greg Nice was not Smooth
Yeah.
B.
Okay, Smooth B wasn't there. Greg Nice was there.
Hmm.
I saw a little clip. He looked like he was doing his thing, man.
Oh, he did. He did. He did. He
Okay.
definitely did. He even came over to Cooper's during the after party for a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, he was
That's
there.
what's up.
Yeah, he was
That's
there, and
what's up.
Will Tracks shine a light on him. You know the birthday joint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was at. He, he came by Cooper's himself
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. I got okay. Right. You all right? Yeah, right there, boy. Y'all heard it. Coopers. He said something about Coopers and jumped right on him, man.
Okay.
Wow. Wow. Right, Jake plays here. Okay. All right. All right. I hear you. A lot going on. As I said, man. A lot going on, man. I'm glad they was able to, come to the after party and show some additional love.
Yes, sir.
That was a great thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the
Yep.
game, man. The game, man. I don't know if you saw the game. The game. Somebody threw a bride him on stage. He said, "I'm not Drake," and threw it back in the crowd, man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
How you
You
feel
said a
about that,
bra?
man? A bride.
Yeah, yeah, a brazier.
A brazier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My boy said
Not
I
Drake.
ain't drinking and threw it
Not
back.
Drake. Word is bond. Yeah. Yeah.
Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, legend.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He said in the middle of an OC performance when a woman in the crowd tossed a very large red bra. Why we had to put that kind of detail in there?
Right, a very large bro.
A very large red bra. Okay, and he stopped the show to make it clear. He's no Drake, so please keep your lingerie to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
That might
I'm
have
not
been
mad at him.
stage messing with the game. Right, free. Okay, part of me taking over will be a responsible media outlet. No outlet showed the event. He's right. Shaking my head now is that if there was a fight or a shooting, it'd be front page. You right?
Oh man, so we talking about so big bro. We talking about Sunday, right?
Yeah, 50 years of hip hop. Yeah. Fact.
So you absolutely right, and let's definitely address the fact that once again we already know that negative news travels anything that travels faster than anything that's positive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because nobody had anything negative that they can pinpoint or pull out of that situation. You're right. It goes under the radar, and it's horrible. You know what I mean? It's horrible that we have to be in a situation where if we do right, we don't get any kind of recognition. And it's only in the sense, and I use it loosely, obviously, because I'm talking about how social media, glorifies certain things. But when you look at a situation and all of a sudden you look up and now because nothing negative happened, we ain't gonna talk about it no more. I just think that that's a bit of a, of a why do good when I don't get recognized until I'm doing negative.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things where we got to continue to look at it and look at it from the perspective of It's not about the recognition of the negative people. It's about the recognition that we give each other. It's about the love that we pour into each other. You know what I'm saying? And the things that we do to once again go and recognize those things that have, that have brought us to where we are.
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah. So
Because hip hop definitely shaped all of us. All of us.
absolutely,
It shaped us.
absolutely,
The
absolutely,
way we walk, the way we talk, the way we look at art. You understand what I'm saying? Like when you sit
absolutely.
back and you think about it, right?
Hmm.
A lot of people touch art. Everybody's not rappers, but some way and somehow they always are influenced by music. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Even if they're a painter, sometimes they listen to the music, or they just are artists themselves. Like create, without looking for a musician. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
But hip hop has definitely shaped everybody. I don't
Yeah.
care who you are. It influenced and shaped everybody. Man.
Oh yeah. Well, first off, it gave people a platform to be creative.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of different, other genres of music. I mean, it's instrumental based. It's a lot of different, sounds, horns. All the things that goes into making certain music. Where rap in general was always, more of a what was being said.
Right.
This is why I don't, you know, talk negatively about how rap has transformed. I think it had to.
Yeah. Because
I think it had to.
it's living a life.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
living a life. But see,
Exactly.
sometimes I think what people misunderstand too. You know what I mean? Bean, what's good, brother? It's like, you know what I mean? What people, I think people get mixed up too is to the point of you right that it had to transform. And then a person will turn around and say, but it's 50 years old. Okay. The culture is 50 years old,
Mm-hmm.
right? But each culture has elements. So, the four elements of hip hop used to be, MCing, DJing, breakdancing, and graffiti, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you really sit back and you look at it, rap, because, you got some people that say rap and hip hop isn't the same thing.
Okay.
Rap's not 50 years old then. Hip hop's 50 years old, but
Right.
rap may be maybe just hitting 30. You understand what I'm saying?
I got you. I'm with you.
Maybe a little 30, between 33 and, like, you get what I'm saying? So, hip hop is grown. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying rap ain't grown, but rap going through that stage in life of, I'm still wild. I'm gonna be the wild child. Some of the
Mm-hmm.
music you hear, I'm still shoot 'em up, bang, bang, popping pills, doing this, and that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it is. You know what I mean? So as
Absolutely.
time go on, the music
Mm-hmm.
will flip back.
Yeah. 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 I think you have to add to it. I think a
Yeah.
lot of times what we look at is so as music and other things, any art forms develop, as they start to progress, or what I mean, they start to evolve, you always have to deal with the concept of what is it becoming next. And I think that some people forget that it doesn't have to totally change to be something new.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it don't have to totally change to be something new. The way people rap before
Yeah. That's what I'm
30 or
saying. That
40 years ago
yeah,
was
right.
appropriate for that particular time period. They
Right.
have to, if other than that, it dies.
Right. And that we're saying the same exact thing, bro. You hit it on the
Yeah.
nail. It's so it had to do that. Like for example, okay. I was watching this, I was following Jazzy Jeff, right? I followed DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Absolutely.
And it was one reel that he had. I think he has like a podcast as well. And he said he called his niece when he was
Hmm.
just in, I think she's graduating college. She's 21 or something like that. He called his niece and he said to her, I think her name was Brittany or something. He was like, Brittany, when was the last time you was at a party and you danced with a boy? She said, never.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when he said that, he said, so when we be saying certain things is trash, he said, I don't dislike it. It's not that it's not what I do. It's not what I play. You get what I'm saying? That's
Hmm.
basically what he was saying. He was saying, but they're making music for the time now for people that want to be in their phone, taking pictures, doing all types of crazy stuff and all that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm listening to him say that, right? And I said, they say they don't dance at parties. But look how you see a new dance like every week. It's still in culture. So social
Yeah.
media has now became a whole nother world, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Which has to be a part of hip hop
Mm-hmm.
at the same time. So even though we're saying that people don't dance at parties, we're at a time where there's more dances than ever. I say all
Mm-hmm.
that to say that that part's coming back around in hip hop.
Nah, you, bruh.
So as we fade out of, eventually they're gonna fade out of popping pills, being gangster all the time. Or you get what I'm saying? But even when you look at drill music, it's still a dance to it. So it's still there as much as
Mm-hmm.
we say it's not there.
Yeah, the core of it is still there. From
It's still there.
shout out to sis. I see you, Smiley B. Hey, man, sis,
Smiley B.
we see you doing your 1-2. Keep doing your thing, sis. You absolutely right. I see you pouring into the actual conversation. Yeah, things are a little bit different now. You know what I mean? You said the problem back then is that people accepted change. They welcomed different. It was about love of the craft, and you absolutely right. And
Right.
now it's a little bit different. And see, what I think we have to remember too, like even you was just touching on, bruh, is that as things evolve, we have to embrace the reality that the core is still present.
Mm-hmm.
The core is still present, right? So, for instance, you've been DJing for more than half of what was just celebrated.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So you
20, yeah.
came in, you started it at a young hip hop age. Which is why when you jumped up there and you did your set, it wasn't foreign for you to like, yo, what I gotta reach, I gotta go back and research. What was it so I can walk up? It was none of that. It was automatically I knew what I wanted to do.
Mm.
And I can leave here and go and DJ another event tomorrow night and jump
Right.
right back into what's going on with the present day and time.
Right.
And so to me,
Absolutely.
when you're talking about a craft and you're talking about understanding an art form like hip hop, you got to embrace evolution and not negate it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't negate it. You got to actually look at it for the perspective that, wow, okay, like if you sit down right now and you ask the average person that's just one set minded on hip hop and all that kind of stuff, but just dealing with music, period. Jokers to turn around and be like, you be like, yo, what's so different about music today than it was yesterday? Oh, they were saying something before.
Right.
Yeah, but you don't understand the fact
They
that the
still
way
saying something
they're
now.
still saying something now.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, that to me, like I said, once again, we have to understand that we can't be afraid of change. We can't be afraid of evolution. We can't be. And we
No.
have to celebrate. We have to, because if we don't recognize it, like you said, because it's a culture thing, then who
Right.
will?
Right.
Every other culture capitalizes it off. You know what I mean? Not making it a race thing or anything, but every other culture capitalizes off of the thing that I believe that we have the most, influence on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that way in music, it's that way in sports, it's that way in all of those different things.
Absolutely, bro.
So
No, you
if we keep acting like we can't celebrate ourselves for our accomplishments, no one else will.
right. They
You
won't
know
at
what I'm
all.
saying?
So that's why you
EQ,
gotta
peace,
you
peace, EQ. Welcome back, baby.
EQ. What's up, bruh? Thank you for your contribution to hip hop as well, brother. Let's clap it up for EQ, man.
Absolutely, absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Because of brothers like you that we still represent and recognize it. Yeah. So that's a good thing. You know what I mean? They did it. What was that? Was that BET that did the 50 years?
BT, I believe it was. I believe everybody did, but I think what you're saying, that show itself, I think it was 50. That one, yeah, BT.
Okay.
But if you watch that actual thing they did the other day, I gotta watch. I think the stream is 8 hours long, man. I watch an hour a week, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
Michi.
Michi, listen.
Hey,
I ain't
Michi.
saying I ain't saying we can't listen to it, sis, without some kind of a dictionary. But
Yeah.
but you know what I will say though? I will say this: if it's positive,
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Right.
If it helps mobilize our communities, I'm with it.
Mm-hmm.
If it encourages us to consistently move forward and help each other along the way, I'm with it.
You with it?
Because I don't care what time period you look at. If it was anything that was against us growing, as a culture or as a group of people,
Right.
I don't care what year it was when it came out. I wasn't for it.
Right.
Point blank period. So I just believe that we need to continuously, give them encouragement. Now, I would say for the younger audience or those who watch this and they are of the time period where they didn't hear that older music, please do
Mm.
us a favor. I think we want to understand what's going on. We do.
Right.
I think we do.
Right.
We understand that there's a whole different lingo that we're not prepared to understand. I mean, TikTok,
I
it
use
took me some
TikTok.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
It took me some time. How about you, E? It took me some
Take
time.
me, listen. TikTok, Snapchat, Divine. I gravitated to Instagram and Facebook pretty quick. You know, uh,
Yeah. Now, my whole thing with all of that stuff is once again, find a way to mobilize your people, man, in a positive way. I
right.
looked at TikTok. This is what I didn't understand from a musical perspective. I know I'm not the only person. First and foremost, one of my nephews said to me, he said, "Unc, you gotta get a TikTok page. I know you do your motivational speaking. I know you do all the stuff that you do with the different videos and stuff. You need a TikTok page." And I looked at him and said, "Neff, I don't feel like dancing." And he said, "Neff, he said, Unc, you don't gotta do that because every time I go on there, you gotta do one of them. You gotta do one of them. You know what I'm saying?" So I didn't understand that. So then when I realized half of the music, then when I realized is that there's no way that I can feel the way I feel about being open-minded about the musical entertainment world and not be realistic with the reality that TikTok is a major highway. And at the
Mm-hmm.
very least, look at it. I don't gotta participate in everything, but I should pay attention. I should pay attention. So for all those artists that's out there doing their thing on it, keep doing your thing. Just
Right.
find a way to be positive. That's all I'm asking on that situation.
That's
Please.
it. That's it.
But
Yep.
if you're, but hey, TikTok, you know what I mean? You sit up there. I started looking. This is the part that kind of made me mad for half a second. Got to be totally transparent. So I caught myself trying to Shazam some of the music. Do you still use Shazam? Eh?
Shazam sometimes.
Okay. So I went to Shazam it, and come to find out, what my daughter said was, "Dad, a lot of times those songs is you ain't gonna find the whole song.
Nah.
Like you're not gonna find the whole song." That part was a little aggravating because I was trying. I was really
Yeah.
trying hard, but then I
Which one
couldn't
you
find the
wanted?
song. I don't remember. I don't remember. It's 60 seconds. It's 60 seconds, bro. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? It's a different time.
Right.
Are they going to do a 50 years of R&B? I mean, it's been longer than that. I don't know
That, that,
how long
yeah,
R&B's
that's what I
been.
said. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How many years has R&B been? Somebody leave that in the comments, man. Do anybody know that?
So here's the thing.
Okay.
I think what helped made everything beautiful for the actual event was the fact that we were all piggybacking off of 50 years of hip hop, right?
Yeah, you're right, Meech.
So
Yeah.
with 50 years of hip hop, when we piggybacking off of that, it wouldn't be next year. We just say we're doing R&B fest and just
I
start
like it.
doing that all the time.
Let's
R&B
say,
fest, R&B fest.
why not? Why not, man? Why not? Go
Make
out
it
there.
last
Come on.
forever. Look at you. You psyched right.
Man. E. If you think about it right now, has anybody ever done
Michi
a
said, Google said 1940s is when R&B started.
I'm gonna go with that.
I'm gonna go with
I'm
that.
gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, definitely. I'm thinking from the perspective of this though, right? If you did one, if you did one. Let's just say we did the last 50 years. Like you said, Misha said it started in the 40s, you
Yeah.
know, per Google.
Yeah.
Let's just say we went with a 50-year run.
Right.
You could do a pop. What'd you rather do? A pop? 50 years of pop or 50 years in R&B of R&B?
I want to do R&B. I could do pop, but I want to do R&B.
I'm thinking R&B.
Right.
I'm thinking R&B.
Yeah.
That might, I don't know how that plays out. Do you do that in the summertime? That's more like an early fall, right? What
Well,
you think?
that's what they do in Philly. Like when you think about the Dale Center and all that type of place, like that's what that is. You know what I mean? But fall,
Mm-hmm.
cool breeze outside. Start getting that little darkness in there, just a little. You know.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I agree. I agree. I'm looking at these. Hey, listen, read the comments. Hey. Since I see what you're saying, you said the only reason I say the Sunday work was an era difference. Okay, PRT is older, so younger people like who in the world is this? Is what? Okay, now change it up. If it was like someone like Little Dirk, it would have been shut. Okay, all right. I'm going to say this. I agree with you in the sense that because PRT is definitely from a different era in the music, we got to be completely transparent though. The messages coming from Dirk and PRT is not going to be the same thing. Um, and so I think when you look at it from that perspective and just celebrating the 50 years, you almost kind of got to look at it like we need to pay homage to those who continue to open up opportunities for the Dirks and everyone else down the road. It's not that their music wouldn't have been, valued or isn't valued. I mean, because you clearly see them brothers make a lot of money, so they're clearly valued. But I think in recognition, since that's what we're talking about on this one, it was fitting, in my opinion. And if history, repeats itself 50 years from now, who's to say that Dirk won't be recognized as, one of the pillars who was involved in music at that point?
Right.
So,
Right.
we just got to kind of look at it. It's like,
Michi crazy. We need it here. Cuffing season. Here you go.
listen. Now, here's what I'm gonna say about the R&B joint. Personally, I think that's really gonna speak to all age groups.
Yeah.
Personally, it's because it's either gonna speak to the kids that was made by when some of those songs was out, or for those who was making them kids. Why the
Now let
song?
me ask you this though.
What's up?
Who's the headliner if we was to do that next year?
Okay,
Who would you pick as your headliner?
we got it. See, R&B, we talking about. Because I'm going to give you some people. Wow. Since we can't get him, Smiley B.
Yeah.
He said Marvin Gaye.
Damn, since we can't get Marvin.
So Heat Wave is nice.
Heat
Okay,
Wave, I
so
like that. I like
I like
that.
that. So obviously we're going to go, if it's R&B, you're going to have to break him out, eh?
Yeah, I was about AP. I was about to say it's R.
You're going to have to break him
It's
out.
R accepted at this situation.
That's a great question. Y'all answer that in the comments.
Listen.
Y'all answer that in the comments. If they release R. Kelly to come and perform
At the R&B.
Are you coming, man?
Are you coming, man? We want to know,
I'm
man.
not asking whether or not you
That's all we want to know. There you go.
sell music. Okay.
See?
I like that.
That's it. Yeah. Everybody coming out. Listen, we are not going. He would not be muted here, man. We had to play.
We're gonna go get Keith. We got to bring Keith.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna bring Keith. We got to find a way, like you said, though.
We got to go get Aaron. We got to go get Aaron Hall, man.
Get Aaron Hall. Okay?
That's what you got to get.
Aaron Hall. So All right, question. R&B. Is R&B and soul the same thing? No. Yes,
Yeah,
no.
you can put it together. We can put
Okay,
that together.
okay, okay. So we
Cause
can do
just
a
like
little
we had,
hip
we
hop.
50 years of hip hop, but we had a reggae set too by Select the Bomb Bomb at the park.
Okay.
So yeah,
So then can we have the elements?
absolutely,
Okay, we're gonna have to
they
have
are.
that.
That's real R&B.
Wow, Keith with no
Boom,
hit.
doom, boom,
Okay.
doom,
All right, all
boom,
right.
doom, doom, boom, boom, doom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
doom, boom, boom,
That's what I'm saying.
doom, boom, boom,
Yeah, yeah.
doom, boom.
Yeah. I'm telling y'all, man, we need one. I love that cuffing season thing too. Okay, Uncle Charlie, Charlie Wilson. I'm not mad at that.
I like
I'm
Charlie.
mad. That's
Charlie
why I
could be
said
there.
Ryan gonna
Yeah.
be there. Ryan Isley got to be. So we might as well go ahead and bring the Isley brothers. So, okay, okay. Wow. So now let's walk it up a little bit, though, y'all.
Yeah.
Let's walk it up a little bit. I'm cool with Neo. I'm cool with
Man, let me tell you who my first headliner would be.
Okay, who your first headliner? Uncle Charlie. I was like,
Not,
wow.
I know I would really be realistic and say we would try to make the show grow, right?
Okay.
But in R&B, because you got to have a real talent,
Yeah.
you still gonna have a big. We can't get R. Kelly out of jail, but you're still gonna have a big person.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be either Miss Badu or Jill Scott.
I like both of them. Please. Can we
That's what
find
I'm
you
saying. Like, you would have both of them as the
Lauren
headliners,
Hill somewhere in there?
right?
Can we go? It's high. That's kind of hip hop stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
not how she does her shows now. She cannot perform
I need Anita
songs.
Baker. Let me Anita Baker.
Yeah,
Um, that was still back then. But like you said, we walking up the ladder a little bit. So wait a minute. What we got? Hey sis, I like it. I like it.
hmm
Wow. Okay, Smiley B is representing the little sis. Drew Hill, R. Kelly, Chris Brown, Mario, and the other one it's going. I missed it that quick. Both would be epic. I agree.
What about Sammy, man? Nah, the little young boy Sammy.
Oh wow. Yeah. I'm with Sammy, man. We gotta bring
You thought I
Jerry
meant
Mills.
Sammy Davis Jr., didn't you, man?
I didn't know who you was talking about. I didn't know who you was.
Uh,
Come on, sis, the whispers. Look at you. Look at you, the whispers. See what I'm
ooh,
saying? See what I'm
J
saying?
Hub.
I just really believe, personally, I love that. Jennifer Husband. I believe R&B would do it. I
Yeah,
believe
it definitely will. It'll set the
is
mood, the vibe, and everything. Yes, it will.
right, right. Because the jazz fests are nice, but you
The
know,
artist was selling it still.
right. And hip hop, we just did that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I think pop is a little bit different because it's a little bit broader. You know what I mean? Different thing. But I think R&B.
I think this though. I could tell you this though. If we was to do pop, they letting us have the arena or Trenton Thunderfield.
See, that's what I'm saying.
That's
We're gonna
that that's real. That's real talk.
if we did pop music, they give you waterfront. We
Yep.
would honestly need waterfront though for R&B.
We would, but they wouldn't give us that right away. We would have to build it from the park first.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah, yeah. You know, you're absolutely right.
But
I'd love to see it though.
but Michi, maybe you can agree with this. Not even at the park. Let us have the parking lot like how they did in Blanc this year.
Okay.
You seen it? Did you see that?
Yeah. She said, "Yep." Yeah, she said, "Yeah."
Yeah,
She said, "Yup."
like how they did in Blanc.
Yeah. I think that we have to find a way to do it the way we just recently did it, right?
Yeah,
Build it up.
EQ. Derek Jeter performed at at the baseball field. I don't know about no. I think they had a jazz fest one time at Cyberbank Arena, didn't they? I mean, not Bank Arena, the Waterfront Park, right?
Could have been. I'd have to go back and research that, but you
Oh,
know,
Mill Hill. Mill Hill, yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to tell y'all, we're making jokes about this, but in reality,
Nah,
I'm
nah. The steps of the War Memorial.
steps.
Of the War Memorial
That
Building.
could be dope. That could be dope. That could be dope. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I think personally, it's the one particular genre of music that honestly could bring everybody collectively together. Period.
Mm-hmm.
I think I don't know how we can make it happen, y'all, or if anything is possible. I don't
Right.
believe in answering the question if it's possible. Anything is possible. I feel like if we started off doing like we did just recently, a situation of giving recognition, it would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's a situation where I mean, like I know a lot of it was built into the DJs and recognizing them and for their contribution to it.
Mm-hmm.
But this right here, how do we do this, y'all? How do we represent this one?
Not you right. You know what else is crazy too that really make me think like that? Like, I've been watching um Netflix, a lot, and I be watching Insecure. Remember on Insecure when she started doing the block parties and planning events in LA and bringing different events. Like, you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
You see, like it also when I seen this event the other day, Sunday, when we did the 50 years of hip hop, it reminded me of something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
Mm-hmm.
free, bruh. It was absolutely free. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you just come up, here's some good music. You got a free show.
Yeah. Yeah. And to answer your question, sis, would the city of Trenton have the manpower to control it? Yes,
Hmm.
they would have it. Because what I want to say is that I think that we need to build it up as us being capable of policing ourselves.
Hmm.
That's what it comes down to. I think that we have to be confident enough to believe that we will make it our own business to protect ourselves and keep those things that we're trying to have recognized and give some kind of recognition to. We have to show that we're capable of doing it on our own. And I think then at that point we would get an influx of different support from different places. But that's my opinion on that. But to answer that, yeah, I believe so. I just think that it has to be strategically thought out. I think that the people who really want to see it collectively happen have to be in charge of the situation. And they need to understand that if we're gonna make it a situation where this is a regular routine, we gotta start sometime.
Right.
And we can't be intimidated by the fact that what may go wrong, and we have to look at the
And
things.
I said that earlier today. But before we go any further, those are all magical moments. But if you ever trying to plan your own personal magical moment, I got a company for you that can take care of you. Check him out.
Listen, whether it's your first or your 50th birthday, that 25 years of service, if not more, retirement party, or the day that you and the love of your life share vows to become one, let Front and Center Events take care of all of your event planning needs. Sit back, put your feet up, and enjoy the show, where they truly keep you at the front and center of it all. Make sure to check out their Facebook and Instagram pages at FNC Events. Head on over today and get that party booked. Back to the show. Absolutely, absolutely. For all your event planning needs, head
Yeah,
on over
bro,
there.
but it's something definitely just gotta research it, man. I think it can happen. You know what I mean? I really think it can happen, man. Trenton was one of these cities before our time that people came and did things here.
Mhm.
So we just proved the other day that we can still do stuff. You know what I mean? Like, we just
Absolutely.
proved that the other day. So yeah, I think R&B Fest would be more of a, you set the mood, you set the tone. You're
Hmm.
setting the tone of what you're looking for, honestly.
Hmm.
And a lot of it is based upon, um, you know, where
Yeah.
we at nowadays.
Yeah. But we got to set the bar higher to the point that and stop thinking from the perspective of what can we do and what we want to do.
Right.
Every other thing that we've ever tried to do in the past, what I mean, when we set our minds to it, it gets done. It gets done. And nothing is flawless. Nothing's flawless. It's going to
Nope.
take a whole bunch of Merlins to make it happen. We make a joke about that situation about E being Merlin and all the magical things, but yeah, it takes an additional type of effort to be able to make these things happen. Is it possible? It absolutely is. Every great idea started with a conversation just like now. Every one of them. every one of them came along while us laughing and talking about it, but remembering something that we enjoy, and before you know it, it became a real thought and a real activity. I would love to see something like that happen because, once again, not to sound like a broken record, but I believe that R&B has the ability to kind of blend the lines, whether it's ages, races, any of those things, cultures, any of those things.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to be able to see it. I don't know how we get it together, but I would love to be able to, be a part of that, making that situation happen.
Right.
Yeah, and I agree with you, EQ. Yeah, politics definitely help makes things happen.
Politics as usual.
What we have to do is we have to remember that, as people who put these people in different political positions, we have to tell them what we want. We have to tell them what we want. We have to be very vocal and very clear on what we want. And so I believe it's possible. I believe that we have the ability to do some amazing things once we get outside of the thought and the mindset of what we might run into trouble doing or what may not be achievable. So I don't think there's anything on this earth that, us as a culture people can't accomplish. That's my spill on that situation. I love to see it. Once again, recognizing those 50 years of hip hop, congratulations to everybody who was there and being recognized. You're very much appreciated. So let's do that, man. I'm trying to see whether or not, bro, if you want to get into some
I'm gonna reach
what?
out to you, Meech, and before you go, thank you for your kind words that you gave towards me for Sunday. I appreciate it. I really, 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 really do. Clap it up to you. But you're right. If we really wanted to make it happen, it starts with a meeting. You're right. So that's it.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, sis, for tuning in. I mean, definitely. Like I said, it'll be people like you and all the others who've been chiming in, man, that can make it all possible. But I'd love to see it, and I think we deserve it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's my spill on that situation. And we can see if we can get it recognized, and hopefully we can get it off the ground.
Yes, sir.
We do some would you rather's, man. Hang in there, y'all. Don't leave us, y'all. I'd
Here we
love to get
go.
y'all answers too. Would you rather's, man?
Welcome to another episode of Would You Rather, where we got my brother P right there, that's solo on the screen, going to ask me some questions. And then it's my job to make sure I answer them however I got them, please. Let's go. All right.
Well, we explained it to y'all, so we ain't got to delay it any further. Let's just go ahead and get into it. All right. Would you? Wow. Would you rather hold a baby octopus or a baby squid? Let's take it right there, real quick. Yeah, yeah. Gotta get you going. Let's go ahead and get you going. What you going?
I'm going to go with the squid, man. That octopus with all them arms doing all this shit. You said a baby. Baby might weigh 300 pounds.
Right,
Right.
right. This is true. So we'll move on that. So I've asked you probably some of these before, but I think it's fitting for tonight's conversation, bro. So just entertain them.
Yeah.
It ain't about you remembering what you said the last time because your mind might change since then. All
Right.
right. Um. Okay. Would you rather focus on overcoming your fears or focus on achieving your goals?
I think I would start with fears. And because I look at the fact that people don't achieve their goal because of fear.
Right.
So if you can overcome your fears, then you'll put your all into it more. You understand what I'm saying?
I got
It's just like you know how some people say, you know, the first thing you gotta do is get started. So start DJing, like for example, probably was scared to do a party in the beginning. Once I done got 1, 2 up under my belt, when the third one at? And now I can't tell you. It's been way too many. You know what I'm saying? So
you.
that's what I'm saying.
I agree. I mean, I think, like you said, when you look at it once again, would you rather focus on overcoming your fears or focus on achieving your goals? I look at it from this perspective. Fear freezes you.
Right.
While your goals tease you. So
Right.
one can freeze you and one can tease you. It all depends on what you're trying to get over first. I don't think anybody is scared to succeed. So whatever a fear is, that's more or less something that resides in your mind, unless it's something that's obviously, in I'm saying something that could instantly hurt you or something like that. If your fear of doing better is just you just not applying yourself, then I think that's different than achieving your goals. So it's kind of different. I think you got to take it out of your mind what you're scared of doing, kind of what we were talking about earlier. Some of the things that we would kind of create as far as deterrents to keep us from attempting to do certain things, like come together with that thing we were talking about with the R&B.
Right.
Uh, Even though our goal is to have it,
Right.
we would have to get beyond the fear first. If you
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying, like we'd have to
Mm-hmm.
get past the fact of whether or not we could find a place that could capacitate it. Will we get the help? Will we get the backing and everything like that? And just focus on the goal. So
Mm-hmm.
it all depends on what's attached to. I guess you can address fear first. I'm more goal oriented, goal driven, so I'm probably gonna focus more on the goal and just kind of move past my fear. So
Michi, you scared of statues, Michi.
why?
They're not moving, Michi. I don't understand.
Okay, all right. Yeah, but I get it.
Yeah.
It's that instantaneous. It's that all of a sudden that could be a
You-
problem.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. Would you rather work on developing your leadership skills or your teamwork skills?
Leadership.
Okay, all right.
You know
All
why?
right.
One
Elaborate, brother.
one man can lead a village.
Right, right.
And he
I mean, yeah.
it's just leadership skills will take you a lot further.
You have to, in order for you to be a leader, you have to know how you fit into the team,
Right.
right? So learning how other people do things could help you either become a better person individually on a specific thing, in my opinion,
Right.
or it can make you turn around and recognize that there are people who, if you work with or partner with, could make things even better. So I think that your leadership sometimes comes by you being a teamwork person
Absolutely.
first.
Cause that's me. But
Right.
you know, you ask me
So
what
but
skill will I work on would be my
right. So
leadership.
question was exactly because you already know how to be a team player. I
Yep.
got you. I
Yep.
got you.
FB, what up, brother?
What's going on, little bruh? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather work on developing your self confidence or your self motivation?
Confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
again, confidence is having high confidence means you have no fears almost.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You could be highly confident in an area and still be fearful in another one, as we know. But what I'm saying is the confidence. I think I'm already a highly motivated person.
Right.
So that's why
Right.
me is if you asking me the question, I'm not
I
saying
am.
majority. You asking me.
Yeah, I'm asking you. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
That's
confidence.
what I thought you said.
Even though I'm always highly confident, but I
Oh,
think the higher the confident, the be better.
right.
Why you why you making that face?
It just seemed like it was difficult for you to say. Like you believe yourself. I don't know, but it got out. It's out. So I'm gonna say self confidence. I'm gonna say self confidence is first off, take it apart, right? Because most people you find confidence in other people by their actions, right? Like you become confident in another person when you see the things that they can do. You know, self confidence is a little bit different because of the fact that when you start looking at yourself, you got to believe that you can do it. Now, if you have never shown yourself that you have a capability, you start questioning yourself. You don't question LeBron James on the fast break whether or not he's going to dunk it or not
Right.
because you know you can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you go on a fast break, you may think to yourself, "Am I going to blow the layup?" It could be
Whoa.
anything. I'm
Whoa.
just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not saying you, but just in general. You understand what I'm saying? So self confidence is is something that you need to consistently work on,
Right.
right? So as you're growing and being groomed and developed, you have to continue to say, okay, I've conquered this. Let me push myself to the next level to do the next great thing.
Right.
With self motivation, like you said, if you wake up in the morning and you give yourself a high five or whatever the case may be like that, you can be motivated.
Right.
But confidence is a biggie. So
Miss
I'm gonna go with
Gilbert, I keep you posted too. I meant to say that if we do put that together, we would gladly welcome you to be a part of it.
And I
Yes.
say I love seeing the fact that you said that you would come down to be a part of it. You know what? That's a big deal, and we appreciate you. Need more like you. You know what I'm saying? Would you rather work on your public speaking, improving your public speaking skills, or on your writing skills?
Writing.
Okay.
Because I
Okay.
believe public speaking takes confidence. However,
Mhm.
a person can be highly confident but don't know what to say. The writer is the
Mhm.
one who's really is really the voice in the room.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. So I'm gonna give you this one right here. I'd love to see what's going to go down in the comments for this one as well. Would you rather work on improving your emotional resilience or building your stress management skills?
Building stress management skills.
Okay. Okay. So I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Emotional resilience. Um, so when I look at emotional resilience, I think about it from the perspective of a person who is not in control of their emotions. So whether it makes them say things, lash out, do crazy things, or different things, I won't say crazy, pardon me, but different things, um, versus stress management. I think if you can learn to control the things that make you respond a certain type of way,
Right.
then you have control of the other one by default. I think once you learn,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean?
Absolutely. If you find out your triggers
Right.
and teach yourself to not let it be a trigger. That's basically what
Absolutely.
you're saying.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's see. We did that one. We did a lot of this, but all right. Would you rather work on improving your listening skills or your interpersonal skills?
Listening.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think the best speakers are the best listeners.
Hmm.
Took some time to understand that for me. Best speakers are those who are the best listeners. So I
Right.
agree.
Right. Still right. Emotions has no intelligence. Oh, that's cousin JB said that. Yeah. Emotions has no intelligence.
Yeah, peace, cuz you're absolutely right.
You
Nah,
snuck right in here, cuz.
that's what I'm saying. Nah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I mean, I agree. I think once again, one 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 is gained by default.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I learn how to be able to say what my stress management or what I'm allowed to stress me out or take me to certain places, then I can control all those other things. Let me give you one more, last one. We can get out of that situation. Um, we already touched on those. Okay, last one. And I think we all have kind of had to manage these and work around them. Would you rather work on your improving your time management skills or your prioritization skills? Once again, would you rather work on improving your time management skills or your prioritization skills? Which one?
Um, What'd you say? Like prioritizing it, right?
Right. So time
Yeah.
management or prioritization?
That one.
The last one? Okay, that's cool.
I'm
Yeah.
laughing because I'm reading. My homie is there. Miss Porter, I see you working on your inner self allows you to hear slash listen differently. You are
Yeah.
absolutely correct.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree.
Beef. It is.
Brother
Listen,
Beef.
man. Go, listen. You gotta go get your certificate, King Beef. DJ Venom is here. Yeah, you gotta go because I seen yours, man. I finally got mine, but I seen yours.
So I see time management. Obviously, I see prioritization. My thing with that situation is that once again, I think this, even though this is a would you rather question, I think once you conquer one, you wind up conquering the other by default.
Right.
So I would look at it more from which one are you going to start working on first, right? So time is something that we don't have any control over, right? So
Right.
like it's consistently happening. As we're having this show right now, time is moving forward. And what I prioritize of importance, during the show, before the show, and after the show, all those things can kind of be moved around and interchangeable. So I'm going to say that by conquering or making a better decision with my time management, I kind of indirectly would learn to be better at prioritizing things in my life. So I would start with time management, and I believe that it would affect how I
Right.
prioritize things. That's my answer to that.
Okay.
All right, so
Huh?
you can take a Saturday on that one.
Mm, I ain't even gonna give it the music. Let's just bring it back to the show.
Oh man, outstanding, outstanding show, man. Outstanding show, man. Way to come back off of vacation, man. I missed y'all, man. I
Right.
missed y'all. I'm glad we was able to get right back to it. But that on a serious note, before we get out of here this week, man, that conversation that we had about the R&B situation, as far as us having some kind of recognition for it, or I don't even know, maybe we can call it that. I don't know, E. Maybe we can call it something else.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would love to see it happen. I would love
Mm-hmm.
to see it happen. I happen to be the brother of a pretty well known DJ, and I'm quite sure that he could definitely help us, lead this crusade towards making it happen.
You gonna put me head of
Well, let me
the
and recognize you, man. You was part of the 50, baby. You already part of
uh,
You know what I mean? So, hey, that's
You
that.
part of the 50, baby. Nah, I mess with you. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that's my spill on that. But E, anything you got for them before we get ready to get out of here and let the people go ahead and do they want to, baby? What
Yes,
you got?
absolutely. Catch me tomorrow. Oh no, you can't come to that one tomorrow. It's a private corporate event. Um, Thursday after work R&B Thursday. Me and my brother Chef Val Williams. We there right there, 318 South Broad Street. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Doors open at 5:30. Go on my page. You'll see the flyer. Give you more information. But listen, come through, man. Nice vibe. R&B. It's all R&B. BYOB.
Mm,
Not, but
grown.
only no hard liquor though.
Okay.
Wine
So
or champagne.
so that's the bottle they talking about, y'all. You know what I
Right.
mean? Nothing that's going to interfere with the bar.
Yeah.
Wine or champagne. Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
like I said, man, I think this is the conclusion of that.
No,
E,
it's
let
no
them know.
bar there. That's why you BYOB.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You ain't got
Oh
to
yeah, I
worry about
got you. Yeah.
it, and we
Yeah.
all good to go. Making your own. So, E, let them know where they can find us, man, each and every week, like we do each and every week, man. As far as the audio, please.
I Heart Radio.
Okay.
Um,
Got Spotify.
Spotify,
Absolutely.
Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
Yep.
Audible,
Yep.
Red Circle,
Yep. Amazon
Amazon
Music.
Music. Yeah, look at it. Same time. Stitcher, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. For a little
Yeah,
while.
for a little while.
Yeah, how it all plays out. Hopefully they change
Right.
it out.
Anywhere
You know what
you
I mean?
listen to your podcast streaming sites, man. Anywhere you listen.
Absolutely. And as we say each and every week, you can catch us live.
Oh, and cups, and cups. Um, right, Camille. Right, we got cups. Cause Camille be there too. I want to see Camille on Thursday at the R&B spot. Camille works there with me. She's an assistant DJ.
Absolutely. Love you too, cuz.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Love
Love
you
you,
too,
Steve.
cuz.
Appreciate the love, Miss Gilbert. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Love you, sis. That's right. Yeah, nah, man. We gonna make it happen, y'all. We gonna do it. And like we were saying, man, each and every week you can catch us live on Tuesday. Unless something changes, and we'll let you guys know in advance. Tuesdays, anywhere around 8-ish, as we say.
Sometimes
Um,
7:30. You just gotta pay
sometimes
attention to the
8:30.
page.
We change it up every now and then, but for the most part, we'll always give advance notice. The
Vance.
repeat of it, the live show will be immediately available on Facebook on my brother's page immediately after the show. And as always, you can definitely check us out on Thursdays on our YouTube channel. And if you have not done so already, please do us a favor, y'all. You know what I mean? Click that subscribe button, man, and hit that like button and share it. Share this content as well. And we appreciate you guys for making and taking the time to be able to join us this evening. This has been episode number 136, Recognition. And I recognize y'all for being here and appreciate you. All right, bro. That's all I got for him, man. I look forward to seeing y'all next week. We look forward to seeing y'all next week.
That's it.
All
Peace.
right. Appreciate y'all. Peace, man.